Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on the time in your area when you watch this video. Tom here, everybody. You read that title correctly. Things I like about comics. For starters, Click candy dispensers. Now, these really don't have anything to do about comics except for the fact that you got Spider-Man candy dispensers. And the reason why I bring them up is because I love these and Pez dispensers because, in my opinion, they just make them a lot more cool and fun to collect when you see your favorite superhero in the candy dispenser form. Next, what I like about comics is the imagination of comics. And one of the most imaginative and creative comics out there, which started out as a cartoon, is Ben 10. Ben Tennyson finds the Matrix, which is a watch, and in case you don't watch the cartoon or know the series, he can become 10 alien superheroes, and I love the entire show. It's creative, imaginative, fun, and reminds me of what I grew up on when I was a kid. And this is one of my all-time favorite cartoons that's on DVD right now. And I got Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, I got an animated movie, and one of my most favorite DVDs, the live-action movie. And one reason why you gotta love a movie like this is it starts out with a food fight. You gotta love any movie that has a food fight in it. And they did a really nice job on the live action, but if you haven't seen it yet. Another thing I like about comics are covers, because the covers are like movie posters that draw you into the movies, only in this case, comic book covers draw you into the comics. And the reason why I show issue 2 first is because Power Pack always has a 4-issue set. And I started with issue 2, and I missed issue 1. And I really complained to my dad, because my dad was saying, you can't collect all the comic books. And I said, no. But how can you start off with issue 2? Nothing makes sense. You need issue 1. I mean, haven't you ever heard of a complete set? You have to have a complete set. Finally, I found at Heroes Your Mom throughout, another reason why that's one of my favorite comic book shops to go to, issue number 1 to Fantastic Four and Power Pack. See? So now I got a complete set. Another thing I like about comic books are graphic novels such as Kingdom Come. And this is a fantastic graphic novel. I didn't even know about it except a YouTube friend of mine by the name of, if I pronounce your name correctly, Man Du Bone. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I got this for a Christmas present. And it's a fantastic book, great artwork, and it's done by Mark Waid and Alex Ross. And if you enjoy Superman, any of the old comic books, be sure to pick this up. And I think it's still available at most comic shops. Another thing I like about comics is designing my own comic book superheroes, and this one I call the Cape. Now, He was inspired by Batman, which is the reason for Hood, but I might change the costume because I don't like it. It appeals a little gothic, and I have nothing against gothic people. I like gothic people. I have no problem with them whatsoever. It's just that I'm just having trouble designing it, and the cape itself is kind of like the alien symbiote. Excuse me, the alien symbiote in Spider-Man. The only difference is that it's a good alien, and the cape is what empowers our hero. He gains powers from the cape. He can fly, teleport, become invisible, and even shapeshift. But the thing is, like I say, it's a little dark, and I want to change it around. And there are other characters in this universe that I've created, such as his sidekick, which goes by the name Sidekick. There's the heroine, which goes by that name. There's the villain, which goes by that name, and so forth. And now you might think those are really lame names, but before you judge anything, this was one of my earliest creations, okay? I was just starting out. And when you first start out, it's bound to be a little lame, and hopefully you improve later on. And one final thought about comic books. In my grandma's day and age, she believed that comic books will rot your brain. I am living proof that comic books will not rot your brain. Because when I was younger, I had trouble stuttering. I still do from time to time. Had trouble reading. But a speech therapy teacher that I was working with said, you know, if you let Tom read comics and he looks at the pictures, eventually he'll want to know what's going on in the story. And he'll want to read and learn how to speak better. Lo and behold, I'm proud to be the first one to be allowed to read what my mom called those Wario comics in this house, and they taught me how to read, taught me how to talk better, and comic books will not rot your brain. Now, I know I stuttered a lot through that, forgive me, just a little nervous, okay? I still tend to stutter these days, but really, I actually learned something from comic books, and you can learn something from comic books, and that's the message I'm trying to get across. Once again, I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below in the comment box. And that's all from your good buddy Tom, everybody.